Hi guys. Today I want to talk to you about elemental spells, specifically earth elemental spells. In my practice, being a nature witch, I work a lot with the elements and with other aspects of nature, and I like to have my spells be elemental based. The reason for this as well is that each element has its own timing, for me at least. In my practice, I feel that each element kind of has its own timing to the spell. So fire spells and even types of water spells or air spells can be very fast. But there's also water spells and earth spells that can be a bit more slow going. So you might want to do, there might be a particular intention that you have that you're okay with it taking a little bit longer to complete, so you do an earth spell, versus if you wanted a really fast acting spell, you might do a fire spell. It doesn't always work that way. The number one rule I have is expect the unexpected, because the universe works the way that it wants to work, and things are going to happen that you're not going to expect. But it's kind of a frame that I work with for elemental spells, with how fast they may occur. My other reason for having elemental spells, other than the fact that I like to work with the elements, is it's nice to bring in that particular element into your magic and into the spell work that you're doing. So for me, I have different types of spells that I do for each element based off my intentions. So what would consist of an earth element spell? That's going to be anything working with something from earth. Now, most elements are found in the earth, on the earth, so this is kind of probably the larger category of types of spells you would have in the earth category. You can have a crystal bowl, or any type of crystal magic, like a crystal grid, or doing a mojo bag, or otherwise known as a spell bag. I love doing spell bags with crystals and herbs together. You can make incense blends. You can make an herbal tea. That would be a good earth spell. You can also just work with soil or plants. Doing garden magic or planting a plant would be an earth spell. And also just working with the soil, getting your hands into that soil, whether you can go outside or whether you just have a pot of soil in a bowl or pot on your altar and you work with it. You feel the soil and you connect with those energies for your magical workings. So I like my spells to be very intuitive based. I work with ingredients as I see fit in the time that I'm doing them. I don't record my spells because they're always tweaking and changing based off what's happening in my life. And as I said, I'm very intuitive with the ingredients that I'm using and how I conduct the spell. The second part about my spells is that I just go with my intuition and coming up with how I'm going to perform the spell. So I don't usually do chanting or words or any type of ritual based around the spell. I just create a spell item and then work with that spell item to manifest my intentions. So for earth element spells, I would, like I said, work with crystals, preferably crystal grid. I like to add herbs to my crystal grid as well. I might also do a crystal bowl, as I said, just to work with those crystal energies. I do have crystal bowls that I utilize for the Sabbats, just to bring in the Sabbat energies through having specific crystals with those Sabbat intentions. I can work with the energies of the Sabbat, working with those crystal energies. Same with crystal grid, of course. And the incense blends, I love to make those for my different rituals to work with the energies of the herb. or even, like I said, a tea blend or any other type of herbal medicine to work with those herbs in your magical preparation. Whether you're making a Sabbat tea or a ritual tea or some other type of herbal medicine, maybe a tincture. You can also work with bath salts. That's something I like to do, is make bath salts that are working with, salts of the earth and essential oils and maybe some crystals to make a ritual bath salt. And I'm just thinking if there's any other earth elemental properties that I'd like to mention. Also, just being outside in nature is in itself magic. Being out here in the countryside, just going out in nature. Also, being able to walk barefoot on the ground, be underneath a tree and ground your energies with the tree's energies of that groundingness, connecting to its roots, connecting to the earth. Walking barefoot, which is called earthing, allows you to connect your energies back to the soil and back to the energies of the earth through the grass and soil and what you're walking on. Of course, be safe, don't injure yourself. You could also do that at a beach, walking along in the sand. Could be very grounding. And just connecting with the element of earth can be its own magic. So for me, the earth element spells, as I said, are mainly working with herbs and crystals and making those different spell items, grids, crystal bowls, teas and other herbal remedies, bath salts, incense blends, to connect with the earth energy, as well as bringing in specific herbs and crystals that have intentions I want to work with for my spell and ritual workings. And then, of course, just being able to connect to the earth element with earthing and grounding and being out in nature. I hope that helped you guys get some inspiration on how to work with earth energy and create more earth-based magic and earth element spells. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and a good night, and blessed be. Bye.